Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning in. You're watching BQ Prime. I am at the CMT Association event here in Mumbai, and I'm in conversation with Jay Woods, who's the Chief Market Strategist at Drivewell. Thank you so much, Jay, for taking the time.
Thank you, Alex. It's great to be here. It's great to be in India. It's been a fantastic experience.
You know, I'm asking this to a lot of people here,
Yep.
but I want to get your view on this as well. You are primarily invested, I think, and trade in the US.
Correct.
How do you see the India market? I think you've been looking at the charts and you've been looking at this market a lot more in the recent past. How does it look in the context of everything that's happening globally?
Well, it's fantastic in the context of global markets. Back in the United States, I just focused on our market. And when I talk to the media, someone like you, it's very hard to be positive. The charts, the stories, it's been a rough year. I come to India, I see the vibrant of like all the cranes in the air, the enthusiasm of the people. And then I look at the stories and the charts that I'm seeing. You guys are holding up remarkably well.
Yeah.
Of all the emerging markets, it's India that's leading the way right now. And yet you're on the verge of another leg higher. And I think once the US can kind of balance out and maybe the dollar continues to fall, that could lead to a leg higher here in India. It's exciting to see a lot of the sectors that are leading the way here in India.
What is the likelihood of the dollar kind of declining from this point? Because I ask because we just had the Fed policy outcome. There was expected widely to be a pivot. It didn't come across in the way that it was anticipated. And so therefore there's expectation that there could be further tightening.
Exactly.
So then what's the outcome?
That is the big talk back home in America. And I think we're getting closer to that pause. Not necessarily a pivot. A pivot means they'll reverse.
Yeah.
The pause means it slows down. And just that, the hope that, all right, rates may have peaked, maybe we will eventually pivot. That could be enough to get the dollar to continue to fall. It's off its highs. This is a good sign. It's a process. It won't happen like that. And that could lead to a leg higher year-end rally in the S&P 500 back home, which could be the catalyst here for India to really break above that 18,000 and in the Nifty 50 and stay there for a time to come.
So another question before I ask what I really want to ask you,
Okay.
but I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, right? You've been looking at individual stock charts. What stood out to you the most?
In India?
Yeah.
Oh, well, your automotive stocks that are already up 50, 60% for the year.
Yeah.
They look fantastic. I was surprised the technology was lagging, where in America, technology is usually the leader, and it's now leading us to the downside. And then the financials. The financials are starting to come back, and they're poised to go higher. Mm-hmm. And if you look at those stocks on a longer term basis, look at your 2018 highs. Stocks that have broken above those, that's your leadership. And you have a few that have done that and a few that are about to do that. So watch those 2018 highs and you're going to see, that next leg higher really start to happen.
And that's the PSU banking pack right there that has been buzzing. Jay's been looking at it very closely. But I am very keen on asking about Jay's avatar before he evolved into his current form, which is that he was a governor on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and he was the guy who was calling out trades and all of that chaos. Jay, tell me about that journey. Of course, it's not done like that anymore.
No. Markets, markets have evolved, but when I started in 1992, and now I feel very old, it was open outcry, crazy pitch, just like the BSE was back in the day. I got to visit the BSE and I saw the old pictures, and I was really excited going there. The New York Stock Exchange, open outcry, people would come to me, and I, as a market maker, I would get buyers and sellers together, and we would negotiate and we would haggle for every trade. As a governor, I got to rule in decisions. If someone said I bought them at 10 cents, no, you said you bought them at 15 cents, your word was your bond. So I would have to listen to both sides, the buy side, the sell side, and make rulings on that.
And this is amidst like the chaos of the pit, right?
It was chaotic. 9:30 to 4, it could be crazy. One bell starts, one bell stops, and in between 9:30 and 4, it was constant auction, open outcry.
How do you eat?
We didn't eat. I had great hair when I started. I ripped that out, but it was about maintaining your behavior, maintaining relationships.
So 9:30 to 4, you wouldn't eat?
I would eat, but I would work. And so
Wow.
if you left food on a counter at the New York Stock
It's gone.
Exchange, it was gone. So if you had like a cheeseburger or French fries and you were busy in a crowd over here, it was gone by the time you turned around. So you had to like protect your food and trade all at the same
Do you
time.
miss it?
I miss it. I miss it a lot. But like everything, we've evolved. And the stock exchange is still the greatest place in the world. We still have auction markets on the open and on the close. So if you were a buyer in, say, IBM, and you had a situation on the opening, or if there was news out in a Salesforce.com, we would slow things down, let the humans take over, price it right, and then once we open, the algorithms take over, which are monitored by the humans as well.
Interesting. So it's a balance of both sides.
It's a balance. It's a perfect balance of human element and human judgment with the greatest technology in the world. Although your technology is pretty good here too.
It is. Thank you so much, though, Jay, for taking the time. Pleasure speaking with you.
It was great to meet you and meet the people of India, and this has been a fantastic experience. So thank you.
All right, there you have it. Fun chat. Do stay tuned for a lot more on BQ Prime.